For the latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below.
Hello and welcome to Attwoolls Camping and Leisure with me, Mike. Today I'm giving you a review on a brand new product in the Outwell collection for 2017. So this here is the lovely big Bear Lake 6E. So the E on the end of it stands for the Elan range. So Elan range is a new collection Outwell have devised for the 2017 season, and the main sort of single feature that makes it different to anything else in their collection is the thickness of the fabric. So it's double thickness. So it's 300 denier, and certainly you can feel the weight of that in comparison to other tents. Now what's that going to give you? It's really what it's designed to do is make the tent last longer, so you get longer lifespans out of the tent. Yet again, thicker grade fabric in finish should be a bit better against sort of the weather as well. Combined with the beautiful steel poles, so you've got obviously good structure of frame, good fabric, so you've got a tent that's going to last you many, many years. One thing I do like about the fabric as well is it actually embossed it with the Outwell logo, so it actually has a really nice classy look to it when you see it in the flesh. Lovely beautiful colour of green as well, matched with the sort of silvery top, really helps make it look incredibly smart. As you expect with Outwell, you get tons of features supplied with the actual tent, things bearing down from their unique sort of guy rope system. So it's a point that you can actually wrap your points around there, like so. So what that actually does is helps to when you're guying out the side of your tent, not only is it pulling the fabric, it's also pulling the poles. So it's a lot stronger point to start with as well. Classy little clips with also blackout windows really does help to give yourself your privacy when you want to, but still allow light. So the tinted windows there, really nice. And yet again with ventilation, helps to give a good circulation of air to help yourself get a nice and cool inside, and certainly help try and sort of fight condensation. One thing that's also quite nice as well, on the sort of side door you get given sort of two king poles, so you can bring that out, two king poles, a bit of guide rope as well, and that just brings you an extra little point to the actual tent itself. Nice little tent, like I said, comes in sort of two bags, and it's got that classic Bear Lake name. So Bear Lake, we in years gone by we sort of straight away put quality, something that's made to last. So it's not quite polycotton as Bear Lakes have gone in the years gone by, but like I said, that extra thickness in the fabric really does help make it. You get a nice little roller bag. It actually comes in two bags, as the classic Bear Lake does. So you get one for the sort of main body of the tent, which is about 30-ish kilograms, and then one for the poles as well, so it keeps them separate, because there's about 20. So together it would be quite bulky. I mean, admittedly, I can probably, when we got it in, we can nearly squeeze it into the one bag, but again, Outwell give you that extra bit of room, so if you're not best at packing it away, you can quite happily do so. Now it's a three-sectioned tent, so you've got the main sleeping area at the back, your living area, and this beautiful, nice big open canopy area. But we'll talk a bit more about certain features when we have a look inside. So let's check it out and see what goods are inside. So now we're inside the Bear Lake, you can get a bit more of a better feel for how it's all laid out. So you've got, like I said, three zones. You've got your bedroom, your living area, and this beautiful, nice, big open canopy. And the one thing I do like about it is the sheer depth of it. You can quite happily put some sort of cookware or something like here, cook out here, no problem. Obviously keep the doors shut, and you've got a good circulation air, so really you're helping to stop carbon monoxide getting inside the tent. But the depth of this canopy really is in its own, and yet again you've still got things for hanging lanterns at the point here as well. There is an option of a front awning if you want to make it completely enclosed. Admittedly it's a little bit costly, and whether you necessarily need it with such a nice depth of canopy is questionable. The option's there, which is always quite nice. You've got a nice flat entry into the tent, which for me is a massive bonus, because one thing I do hate is stepping in and out of tents. So the joys yet again is actually when you come in to the night and you want to close it all up, all you've got is actual zip on here. So the joys means it's a much thorough job of when you're zipping the door around, you also zip it along the bottom as well. And yet again with Outwell you wouldn't expect anything less, because that necessarily costs more to do, but it's a really nice feature rather than just having toggles. You've got your lovely tinted windows, so you have the privacy from people looking in, but you can obviously see the kids if they're roaming around the tents. So that, yet again, really is only something that Outwell tend to do, which is a nice feature as well. When it comes to sort of night time, yet again, you don't want to wake up first thing in the morning. You've actually got zip up and down curtains, so it's a much thorougher than toggle curtains. So yet again, you're talking top of the range sort of features in this tent, and yeah, again, it's what you should come to expect with these sort of outdoor tents. So really nice, quick and easy. Get the privacy when you want to, and then you can quite happily unzip it. And it's a little sort of pouch here you can just roll it into, and then also there's a little retainer just to hold it in position. So get that looking nice. One thing you've certainly seen in this tent is the amount of headroom you get inside of it. Straight away, you know, in the heart of the tent, plenty of headroom, and even in the corners there's a decent amount of space that you're not going to suddenly be stooping, me being 6'2", 6'3", stooping down just to get in there. And that helps to give the tent real nice amount of liveliness and air to it, so it doesn't feel cramped or claustrophobic at all. And yet again, you've got lovely little features like sort of hanging points and lanterns, a prime example here really. And you also got Velcro tabs, so you can actually put the cable down to a mains entry point. So on this particular model, you've got one entry point down the side there, and there's also one down this side as well, just by the second door. So yeah, and small little things like that really do help make a tent, and that's one thing Outwell do tend to do very well. Two side doors, yet again, both have a mesh panel in there, so you can have good circulation of air without having sort of bugs and critters coming in. And yet again, mesh for me is really nice. Yet again, if you've got dogs or anything like that, you can happily get a breathability in tent and keep it all sort of airy in here without having them suddenly escaping and going down, down the field or something like that. So that's a really good little thing. Onto the bedroom areas, it actually uses what Outwell's classing this year as ambassador bedrooms. So they're bigger than your normal standard bedroom. A standard bedroom you normally sort of expect it to be about 210 by about 140 for a double, whereas this is a bit much deeper. So the joys of this means you can actually get a camp bed that way along. Previously with sort of 210, you have to sort of turn it around and put it that way along, which is a bit of a pain because it means one person get out, but the other person's sort of locked in. So it's a feature that Outwell are running throughout their tents for 2017, and for me it's something they ran last year, but they're just going a bit more wilder with it, and like I said, introduce it into more models, and for me it's a really good model and a really great feature, something that sets it apart from any other camper or Alvango on the market. So again, ability to have a really nice depth, and it gives you more room in the bedding area where, hopefully you're spending best part of 8, 9, 10 hours. Yeah, again, even in the bedrooms, you've still got detail in terms of pockets for keys, shoes, phones, books, that sort of thing. And yet again, even when you get inside of here, you've still got pockets in here again, just to pop those same sort of items in here. So again, it's attention to detail that really does make a difference. And also you've got a cable entry point down the bottom. So if you want to run your iPhone, or you want to charge your device up in the evening, all you do is pop the cable through from the mains point where it's going to be down the bottom, straight into here. Bob's your uncle, really. So in the back part of the bedroom, you've also got a little sort of guide rope, so you can actually hang things off here if you wanted to, and they've sort of actually very carefully stitched it so you can hold a little bit of weight on these items as well, and a beautiful big mesh panel at the back, so you get like a good circulation of air to help sort of combat condensation. So this being a 6, it's actually a sort of a 3 and a 3, so 6 people in total. There's actually a zip divider between two sections, so it feels completely separate. And actually, if you wanted to, for any reason, you can actually zip the dividers in half and take one away completely and just leave the all as open area. Can't really see much point in doing that myself. I think personally, you leave the bedrooms in place as you want to and maximise the internal room and the double skin part for sleeping people inside of. On the actual, it's something that Outwell used to run with in sort of their very high-end tents, and this is certainly one in the category. It's basically got a webbing part here, so what happens it does, it spreads the weight of the inner, so that means you don't have one point that's pulling the most stress. So again, it helps with increasing the lifespan of the tent and not having any sort of stitching going at any point. So that, yeah, again, is something only Outwell really do, and it's something they do well and introduce into this beautiful, beautiful model. But being in here is a really nice, pleasant place to be. Like I said, you've got a good ability to sleep 6 and, well, fairly comfortably to be fair. Good sort of living area, plenty of space. You can quite happily put a couple of chairs, a table, and a beautiful big nice canopy area. So for us, really, we think the Bear Lake 6 is a bit of a winner. Certainly, it's got great history with being in the model for, well, many, many years. So they brought it back into the range big thing with the fabric, you know, double the thickness, 300 denier, and it does feel like quality. So it seems like a really good model here from Outwell. So this, in essence, is the Outwell Bear Lake 6E.